Today, we're tackling one of the biggest lies in modern sustainability. You've been told that electric cars are 100% clean, that they produce zero pollution, and that they are the ultimate solution to climate change. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know the real environmental impact of electric cars, and I guarantee it's not what you expect. Let's start with the biggest claim. Electric cars don't pollute. On the surface, this seems true. Electric vehicles, also known as EVs, have zero tailpipe emissions, meaning they don't release CO2 while being driven. That's a massive improvement over traditional gasoline and diesel cars. But here's the problem. People forget about what happens before and after the car is on the road. Manufacturing emissions. The production of EVs, particularly their batteries, generates a huge carbon footprint. A study from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, found that producing an electric vehicle releases more CO2 than producing a gasoline-powered car, mainly due to lithium, cobalt, and nickel mining for batteries. Battery mining and environmental damage. Extracting lithium and other rare materials for EV batteries causes massive land degradation, water pollution, and high CO2 emissions. According to research from the Institute for Energy Research, mining for just one lithium-ion battery can require over 500,000 liters of water and leads to severe pollution in mining regions. Electricity generation. EVs run on electricity, but where does that electricity come from? Over 60% of global electricity production still comes from fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. If your EV is being charged with electricity generated from coal, you're still indirectly polluting, just from a power plant instead of an exhaust pipe. Stick around, because the biggest hidden problem with EVs is still coming up. Does this mean electric cars are worse than gas cars? Over their lifetime, EVs tend to produce fewer emissions than gasoline vehicles, but only if they are used for many years and charged with clean energy. A report from the International Energy Agency, IEA, states that an EV must be driven for at least 50,000, 70,000 miles before it breaks even on emissions compared to a conventional car. This is due to a concept known as carbon debt, the time it takes for an EV to offset the higher emissions generated during its production. Over time, each mile driven without emitting CO2 helps offset the environmental impact. If an electric car is sold or replaced before reaching its carbon debt period, it never gets the chance to break even in emissions, meaning its environmental benefit is lost. This means that high turnover rates in EV sales could reduce their true impact on fighting climate change. And here's the real kicker. What happens when the battery dies? Stay with me, because this part will blow your mind. The battery problem no one talks about. EV batteries don't last forever. On average, a lithium-ion battery pack lasts 8 to 15 years depending on usage. And once they're dead, disposing of them is a massive environmental problem. Here's why. Recycling EV batteries is expensive and inefficient. Unlike regular car parts, batteries contain hazardous materials that are difficult to recycle. The World Economic Forum estimates that by 2040, we'll have over 12 million tons of lithium-ion battery waste, with no efficient way to recycle most of it. Toxic waste and pollution. Many used EV batteries end up in landfills or are shipped to developing countries, where they leak harmful chemicals into the environment. This isn't clean energy, it's just pollution in another form. Mining demand is skyrocketing. The more EVs we produce, the more lithium, cobalt, and nickel we need. Some of this mining happens under terrible conditions, including child labor in countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo. So what's the real solution? Should we ditch EVs completely? Keep watching, because the answer is more complicated than you think. The truth about electric cars. So, what's the bottom line? Are electric cars truly green? The answer is, it depends. EVs can reduce pollution, but only if they're powered by renewable energy and driven long enough to offset their massive production emissions. EVs are not zero emissions. Battery production and electricity generation still cause pollution. Battery recycling is a major issue. Without improvements, the waste problem will only grow. We need better alternatives. Investing in hydrogen fuel cells, improved battery technology, and better energy grids may be the real key to sustainable transportation. The next time someone tells you electric cars don't pollute, you'll know the truth. They're not as clean as you think. Now tell me, what do you think about the future sustainability of electric vehicles? Comment below. And if you want more truth bombs like this, subscribe to the Black Sheep channel and turn on notifications. Remember, they lie to you, and it's time to wake up. See you in the next video.